What are you developing? So here's the thing. A lot of people think that you're developing your abilities from day one. Yes and no. There's a lot of people that don't understand what development is, and they'll tell you, oh, it's natural. You don't need to develop it. It's natural. You go out there and be a medium from day one, be a psychic from day one. Well, that's wrong in some cases, in a lot of cases. Because what you're doing in development is you're developing your trust, you're developing your confidence, you're developing your abilities. Your abilities develop through confidence and trust. The more, the more you can develop it, it takes courage. It takes courage to say a lot of things that mediums say. And if you aren't the most confidentest of people, you'll shy away from that. You'll shy away from that. So development is actually, building your confidence. As you build your confidence, you'll be able to go further and further, what we call the unfoldment. You'll be able to go further and further. For example, you may just be confident enough to say, oh, I've got your granny here. She's saying this, that, and the other. But confidence works in a few different ways. Confidence can be where instead of going into, I've got your granny here, and then going into, oh, what do I say next? Confidence is being able to say, I've got your granny here, and then listening a little bit more, taking a breath, allowing that to sink in, allowing yourself, your abilities to open up a little bit more and expand. So then you could take it from, I've got your granny here, just saying this, that, and the other, to have your granny here, and she is talking about always making you your special meal. It could be, you know, you might not know what the special meal was, but with confidence, you can give yourself a breath, you can allow your expansion again to happen. And then you could say, your special meal was on a Tuesday at 6 p.m. She always had an apple pie with your initial around the crust for you. Now, that is good evidence, far better evidence than I've got your granny here. But it takes confidence. So confidence is essentially what you're developing in development classes. It's helping you to understand what you receive, whether that's through pictures, whether that's through words, whether that's through feeling, whether that's through taste, smell, or just knowing. It's building up your trust that what you are seeing, what you are feeling, what you are hearing, everything. You're giving yourself time to digest it and to pass it over in a message or in a connection. That is one of the things that development does. So if someone says to you, you don't need to develop, you don't need to spend months developing, that is rubbish. That is rubbish. You see a lot of mediums, and I'm not calling mediums, I never call them mediums, but you'll see some mediums who are very loud and, and things like that. That might not be confidence, that could be ego. And sometimes, when we don't feel as confident, we'll let the ego override that just to push ourselves forward. Now, confidence is quiet, ego is loud. So the next time you are making a connection or practice making a connection, trust what you're receiving. Trust what trust that you're giving yourself time to digest. If you are doing a reading or doing a show or doing a stand-up or anything, people want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you fail. And if there's anyone sitting there, who you're doing a reading for, anything that are sitting there thinking, I want to see this person fail, well, they're not for you. End the connection and that's it. They're not there for the true reason, which is to get guidance, to have evidence of a loved one. They're there to basically because they've got some awful things going on with them themselves. end the reading. You don't need it because what's going to happen is it's going to drain your energy. It's going to make you doubt yourself. It's going to knock your own confidence. You're doing more damage to yourself and your abilities than what you're giving to them. So if you're thinking about development, think about looking for a, a tutor, a mentor, someone who is, someone who is able to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. A development teacher can only take you as far as what they've gone. All development teachers should want the best for you. They should want you to do better than what they have. Now, in a development teacher, you a development teacher who maybe doesn't do readings, doesn't do shows, doesn't do things like that, they wouldn't be the best development teacher because they don't understand the confidence in doing it. Now, a development teacher who is holding readings, doing demonstrations, who offers teaching, who works further afield, all of that is ideal because that teacher has got the confidence to do that. In other words, they can help you gain your confidence. It's like a shared confidence. They'll be able to share things with you and give you tips and help you develop your trust, your confidence, your belief, not only in yourself, but in your connections as well. So if you are looking for development, feel free to check out my website. The link's somewhere on here. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check out my offerings.